Hello, it's 8 o'clock on Friday evening and this is the first of our Unique Lives shows. The Unique Lives shows are here so that every Friday evening we can interview someone with an interesting life story or someone who's done something sort of different or unique with their lives. So today we've got a really inspirational girl, someone who's travelled all over the world doing what she wants. She got a notion and she just went and did it. It's Rebecca Quinn. She's a professional wrestler from Baldoyle in Dublin. She started wrestling over 10 years ago and has been doing it ever since. Hi Rebecca.
Hiya, how are you doing?
How are you doing? I was looking you up and my God, you've just been everywhere. It seems like you got into wrestling in 2002 when you were just 15.
Yeah.
Why wrestling?
Because I'd watched it when I was a kid and I'd always loved it, but I was ridiculously unfit when I was a teenager and I failed PE. I just wouldn't run. I'd eat nothing but junk food. But I always loved watching wrestling. But it couldn't have even been a thing, that it couldn't have even been a dream to do because there was nowhere in Ireland that did it. Certainly when I was that age anyway. But my brother was going to go over to England to NWA UK Hammerlock and train over there with a guy called Andre Baker for a summer camp. And obviously I was 15, so I didn't think, my mom was going to let me go away for the summer and wrestle with a bunch of big, muscly, hairy men, and sleep in a gym. So then when I found out that two of the guys who trained over there were going to open up a school in Bray, then I went along. I lied about my age. I said I was like 17, you had to be 16 to join. And then I joined and that was it. I just fell in love with it. Absolutely loved it.
Okay, wrestling. You said you've got one brother. Did you beat the heads off each other growing up?
Yeah. We always,
so you've always had a competitive edge.
Completely, we'd have the little wrestling matches on my ma's bed, drop kicking each other, and we'd have all the characters and our friends would come in and we'd always play wrestling, I guess.
And was it watching WWF and things that got you into it?
Oh yeah, completely 100%. I didn't watch anything else back then. I watch everything, Japanese wrestling, Mexican wrestling, and everything, but yeah, that would have been the only thing we would have ever seen anyway.
And are there differences? You just said Japanese, all these sorts of things. I've only recently discovered that boxing and wrestling are different things.
Oh dear.
Wrestling, is it acting or is it an actual game? Is it a competition?
It's sports entertainment.
Okay.
It's a theatrical sporting event.
Okay. So this is what you started doing at 15.
Yes.
So when did it really take off? When did you really get into wrestling as a job?
Well, I still, when I was 17, I went to college, I went to UCD, I was studying history, politics and philosophy, and I still had the notion that I was going to go on and be a lawyer. That was going to be my backup plan, to be a lawyer.
It's a great backup plan. Okay.
But,
how did college go?
But I decided at one match in Kildare, 17, I was like, oh, this is it. This is what I really want to do with my life. And then I couldn't handle UCD. It was just a concrete jungle. I wasn't really that, I liked history, but I never paid attention really for doing any of my homework and stuff. I'd just go into college so that I could use the gym. So I decided to drop out and move over to Canada, because that's, where Bret Hart comes from. This big, long history of professional wrestling in Canada, and I could get a non-student visa easier for there than I could for the States. Okay. So I just decided to go off and
Okay. Did you have your family support and things to go to Canada?
Completely. Yeah, really? Actually completely. My mom was a little bit apprehensive. I didn't know anybody really over there. I had a cousin who I hadn't met since I was a baby, who was living on Vancouver Island. But I guess I've always been, no, not always, but I've been quite independent and I'm able to look after myself. So yes, they were supportive. They were really supportive.
Okay. Did you have a backup plan going to Canada? Did you have money? You just sort of went on a notion?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I
Fair
had
play.
no idea what I was going to do when I got out there. Well, I just figured that it would work out, and if it didn't work out, then I
Yeah.
could just come home. So
Okay, it's a good
yeah,
plan.
I had about
I
2,000 in my bank account.
Okay, actually, I should mention, if anyone does want to get involved or ask Rebecca any questions, feel free to tweet us at FeckTV. But okay, so you're in Canada. Do wrestling matches actually seriously pay? Because, like, I mean, obviously you need to pay rent, you need to pay a deposit. How did you go from day to day at the start?
Oh, well, day to day, I lived off my savings.
Okay,
I like for the first little while, I was getting paid whatever $50 a match, um, and wrestling
okay,
maybe twice a week.
mm-hmm.
So, I lived off protein shakes. I kind of
Yeah,
slept on friends' couches and stuff when like my money ran out, and then my cousins let me stay with them, so I lived with them in Vancouver Island, and then I got sent off to Japan, and that paid a lot more,
okay.
doing tours around Japan and over in America and everything like that. So I tour in America as well.
And like, do promoters just spot you and notice you, or had you things planned?
Nope, I had nothing. Like, I really had no plans whatsoever. Promoters, yeah, basically, I mean, the better you are and the more over you get with the crowd, and the more people like you, then you're gonna get booked.
Okay, that's interesting. I looked up some of your matches on YouTube. I cannot get over it. There's like tens and hundreds of thousands of views on everything. I think we actually have a video which we can play here. If
Oh, this one.
something we found. Actually, we're not going to play the video, but basically, you get in a ring, you smash chairs on people, this is really, really, really rough. And obviously you did really well in Japan, so I mean, you're pretty used to beating the head off people. Like smashing chairs. I read one thing about you. You refereed a match in Washington once between Christopher Rysek and Caden Matthews, and it was, fair enough match, but then Rysek won because you smashed a chair across the other guy's head. I was just like,
Yeah.
that's not very fair. Are the matches, like, they're all predetermined, are they? Who wins?
Huh?
Are they predetermined who wins the wrestling matches?
Um, it's it is. It's like theater. It's
Okay.
a sport. It's a
Okay.
competitive
You can't
entertainment
say. Okay.
sport.
Fair enough. Okay. After Japan and things, what happened for you then?
After, well, like Japan was ongoing, and after Canada more
Yeah.
probably appropriately. After Canada, I came back and I was kind of working on the Irish scene or the European scene. I kind of didn't really know what I was going to do with myself, so just because it was a little bit quieter here because there wasn't as much wrestling in Ireland.
It's a much bigger thing in America, isn't it, than in Europe and Ireland?
Much bigger, although it's getting quite big. Like it's big in the UK, and it's getting more and more popular in Europe. Although there was a boom period, and maybe now it's quieting off a bit. I was kind of away from it for a while, but from what I can see, it's on the rise again. But yeah, so I got back from Canada. I didn't really know what to do with myself, so I made another backup plan, and I was going to go to Florida and do a personal training course that would start in September, and that way I could be back in America and I'd be closer to everything. But in the meantime, I got involved in bodybuilding and figure competitions, and so I started training for that, and kind of with that came really my body fat percentage got really low. I kind of enthusiasm was gone for training and everything like that when you're a woman and your body fat goes that low, and when you're doing such high intense diets and everything like that. So then after that I dropped out of doing that show because I was just so depleted. I just couldn't do it any longer, and I'd lost like the love for wrestling and everything.
So it was like emotional more than physical that finished you with bodybuilding.
Yes, with bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Well, no, actually, and physical. It was just not the sport for me at all. At all.
And what do you think when you see all the people? Because it's really growing in Ireland. Bodybuilding is really taking off here, by all accounts. What do you think when you see women getting that into it? Is it healthy?
No. Well, I don't think it is. It's not healthy. Like, I mean, your body isn't designed to go that low in body fat. And what I found, maybe there's another way of doing it, but your whole life would revolve around when you'd eat, when you train, and there was just no kind of social, or it wasn't as social as, say, wrestling, for example. It's all kind of, and of course, it's bodybuilding. It's all judged on your appearance.
We've actually got a tweet in there from someone who's actually asked you, so if that's not healthy, do you think that your life is healthy? Your lifestyle, I assume they mean. So I assume they mean like the wrestling, it's obviously takes its toll physically, does it?
Yeah, but I just kind of mean more hormonally. Basically with women, when your body fat percentage is getting down that low, that's why it's, you know, it's kind of altering hormones. It's actually, I think bodybuilding is a lot better for men than I think it is for women, especially. But then it's different for women. So I don't know. Maybe I was. So
then, after America, what happened for you?
And then I went over to Florida. Wait, where am I now in my story? So then
You're personal training now in America.
Now I'm over in Florida.
Okay.
Okay, so then I was doing my personal training course, and I had no plans whatsoever going over there. And then I arrived in Orlando. Had no idea that you'd need a car. Didn't know anybody there either. Ended up just doing this personal training course and being like in this little bubble, and I'd left wrestling. My mood had gotten really low, and I kind of just ended up just feeling a little bit isolated. I didn't know whether I wanted to wrestle anymore. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. And I just kind of ended up like wasn't even able to face people in wrestling, and then just ended up just all alone in Florida. But then I came back, and then I was working in a gym for a little while and couldn't. My mom was an air hostess, and she was handing in her resignation to Aer Lingus. So she asked if I wanted to hand in my CV. I said sure. So then I ended up working in Aer Lingus for 2.5 years as an air hostess, and tried to do a little bit of wrestling in between then. But then it just, with timetables and schedules, it just never was right, you know.
Wow, what an alter ego, the air hostess who wrestles on her spare time. So after the air hostess, where did you go then?
So then, well, after that, then I decided, because I didn't really enjoy the flying, I went back to college, and I was studying acting because I thought, you know, that was what I loved most about wrestling, was the performance. Well, that's what I thought. So then I went back and I started studying acting. So I was in DIT and in Columbia College in Chicago. So, yeah.
Okay, you said it was the performance of wrestling that you really enjoyed. So it was getting up there and making people wow, was it?
Yeah, just the energy of the audience and just performing in front of a crowd. And
then that led you to the Stunt Guild of Ireland?
Yes, yeah. So then I ended up trying to audition for the Vikings as an actor. But obviously, whatever way my CV looked, because just even when I was an air hostess, I was doing things like I got my diving license, and I was doing loads of martial arts and gymnastics and everything. I was just always kind of kept active and kept trying new things and doing new things. So obviously all these things like snowboarding and everything just kind of my CV just read like a stunt CV, and they saw my CV and they assumed like that I was looking to do stunts on the Vikings. So then I got in touch with the Stunt Guild, and they were like, oh well, they kind of thought that, you know, I'd have a good potential there. So then I got involved with them and have been just recently invited to be a probationary. Yes, member.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. There can't be too many women in that, is there?
No, there's 3 other girls in the Irish Guild.
Very impressive. Quickly, we have another tweet in from someone called John Ricey, who wants to know, do you have a signature move? Or what's your character like? Do you get a character? Do you commit to a character?
I definitely have a character, yes. I would always kind of played a bit of a hip hop leprechaun, if you will, like not.
Oh
like,
no.
Leprechaun. Yeah, like I wore the green and like the paddy cap and had like little tails and gold buttons and but I used to come out to MC Hammer, Can't Touch This, and dance in the ring
And what about these moves? Do you make up your moves or does someone give them to you?
No, nobody gives them to you. You know, you find what works best for you, what suits your style best.
So you find what way you best knock someone out.
Basically, yeah.
Nice. Okay, because you said wrestling is it's performance.
Yes.
If someone were to run up to you in the road, grab your bag and run off, do you think you'd be better prepared to take him on than the average girl?
I would feel sorry for that dude.
So would I, honestly. Perfect. Rebecca, the future. Tell me about what you've got planned for the future. Because I mean, it's a crazy life you've led. I can't get over how fit and how well you're looking. I'm almost disappointed. I was expecting, I don't know, some sort of a bullock to come onto this. I'm really impressed. What does the future hold for you? I mean, you look more like Rosanna Davison than what I was expecting. But what is it? Like, I mean, because you've got the stunts, is it going to be like Bruce Lee, or you've got the wrestling, is it going to be like WWE, or what is in the pipeline?
Well, that would be the dream, wouldn't it? To be honest, I want to keep wrestling, and I'm just loving and acting and stunts. Did you see Expendables is one of my favorite movies?
Okay.
And they're making the Expendables.
Nice.
So
this sort of thing.
Dream of mine.
Cool. That is a good plan.
Irish action heroine.
Excellent. And is it Ireland, or do you think it's going to be international?
Oh,
You're gone. It's what?
It's got to be global.
Fair play to you.
You gotta dream. I saw dream big.
Rebecca, it's been ridiculously entertaining and interesting. I hope that your career goes amazingly for you, and I hope that we hear loads more from Rebecca Knox. Thanks for joining us tonight, and tune in next week again at 8 when we'll be talking to more people with unique lives. Have a good evening.